Howdy, 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 folks. I'm here with a lovely kobold.
Hi.
And we're gonna kinda just vibe today. Get hit by a car.
I'm good at that vibing thing. But, car! Ah!
Yeah, let me quickly turn the game back on volume-wise. There we go. But yeah, I wanted to show off a game that I've been playing, that I was sent a free code of, that I've been having a lot of fun with. Of Life and Land. It is a medieval era city builder, where you build little settlements and cottages and eventually try to build up to a thriving medieval metropolis. And I'm probably at the kind of the midpoint of the game, where I'm kind of just going through the leveling system, but it's a game that makes you think very laterally. When normally city builders, you kind of deal with one plot of land. This one you build many cities in many places and do quite a bit of work along those lines. I forget where my settlement is out here. Human. I don't have a settlement out here yet. Ah, there's my settlement out here in the coast. This is just a small farming village, so we have coastal access. We have somehow taken this little burg that you kind of start with, which is just like a tiny little town built around the crops up here, and expanded it out all the way down to here where we've, God, having the humans overlaid is kind of creepy. This is like those thermal vision helicopters. Anyway, it's... Hi, Mizu. How are you? Oh, there's two Arties. There's an Artie hiding behind Artie. 1 second.
It's because you still have the Boogie text.
It's fixed now. I can't believe Artie was behind Artie the whole time. You eventually build...
like hiding.
Mm-hmm. You eventually build your own thriving little metropolis and get it up and running on its own 2 feet. And you do it across all these little towns. Like we have a place out here in the Tablelands, which is one of the few places you can get copper. We've taken over this town. They've kind of joined us because we're so successful and cool and sexy. So they've kind of joined us, and they're kind of our kingdom's primary copper resource. But in return, we've made this place a bit more of a paradise and kind of made it a bit more dense, so they're able to not just survive, but thrive, which is making them happy. Which has honestly been pretty nice. It feels nice to just also be going around and kind of like, not uplifting, but it is kind of uplifting, like these medieval like areas. It's a relatively... Oh, this area is dirty. It's a medieval society. They don't have plumbing. Hi, Neo. So they kind of just throw it all in a pit, and it's made this area kind of not too happy. But it's nice doing this like uplift system out here. All of the animals kind of have their own independent agents and agency, which is a really interesting system as well. And the other thing I'm trying to do is you can make the desert habitable by forcibly just planting a bunch of palm trees everywhere. And that will, like, it will make the desert walkable even in the worst times of summer, because at least people will have shade, but they also kind of break the wind a little bit. It's that fauna coexistence. So we've been kind of just giving them a lush palm tree paradise to ensure that they can do all the stuff we need them to do. So this is a bit of a long journey for somebody to like come down and be working down here at the mines. May have to be creative on how we get supplies down to this area. Maybe putting a couple houses down here in this kind of like tropical zone will give us enough life here. But if we can get more copper in and out... Actually, we're barely touching this copper mine. Yeah, this copper mine's regenerated more copper than we've been able to take from it. This place is fully upgraded as a mine. Maybe it's better to move these straw huts out of here and turn them into a proper housing domicile. But yeah, it's a game that's kind of making you think and making you kind of figure out, okay, what's the best paths forward for these like strange medieval societies when you don't really have a lot of stuff to work with. Over here we have the mountainous region of Zimowin, which if you look up here, we can kind of see what their gear layout looks like. There's a little bit of spring, a very little bit of summer, a little bit of fall, and then winter forever. It is not as bad as the worst, which I think is the mountains area. Yeah, we even saw like the winter scrunch in even more. Like if I go over here to our first kingdom, they're about to transition into summer. Though we somehow took the snow with us, so don't worry about that. Artie, did you use her frost magic to bring snow out of the mountains?
I'm pretty good at that.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty cool. I can't argue with results. But yeah, no, things seem to be pretty well. This is my primary kingdom. We have kind of like a mining outpost out here, this huge farming sector along this river that's been kind of critical into keeping a population of 200 people. And, like, none of them are even, like, low on hit points either. They've all been living a pretty well and good life. It's not, like, fully leveled up, and unfortunately, they make a lot of dirt, but this is probably one of our more successful burgs. We do a lot of farming out here, but the area's thriving. Looks like the trees got replanted out here, so I'm gonna have to plant more. I get a couple conifers. But by doing this out here, it's gonna kind of help. We kind of have to make sure we're doing forestry right, because if we don't, we run out of wood, and running out of wood in any medieval society is insta-die. Are all of you sleeping in the same bed? What is this?
They're tired.
They're not that tired. That's some really...
You've been working a hard day. You got one bed.
Who's the one standing ominously above the... Oh, no, they're down too. I didn't know medieval society practiced cuddle puddle so hard, but damn, history really does repeat itself. Okay. How long this is having fun in bed, or the tale of murder bed. I'm concerned with both of those names. Anyway, there's a forestry log out here. We can probably get rid of that because there's no trees to forest. Same with these sawing pits. We should probably just move the sawing pits closer to our forestry areas, because that'll keep the production speed up. That should be good. Hey, Dwayne Chu, Spooky Bun, Dragon Cat, Sensen, Neo, Mizu, thank you for hitting me with a pipe. Silver, Reggie, Carol, Storm, you're all cute. We also maintain a population of cats, and hunters in our town, specifically to assist with keeping the rat population low. Because that is actually just a huge problem in this society, is there are constantly rats causing problems and stealing from my coffers. And yes, it's just some rats, but the game simulates them taking quite a bit of food. So I'd like that not to happen. Also, Twitch integration is on in this game. It should be on, so if you guys are, like, talking and stuff... Yeah. Yeah. Citizens will just get automatically named after you guys when they are born or whatnot. So, you guys will get to be in the village, which is neat. I think I live somewhere here, I'm not sure. I could search my people. Name, Abra, I'm 27. No, I'm not. Where am I? I live here. I don't do anything. I have no job. I am unemployed. Okay. Alright. Do I have an education? Needs? Nothing too crazy. Would like jewelry. I have genetic effects? Slow running speed, low stamina. Yeah, both of those are... Yeah, slumberous, yeah. Inefficient metabolism, yeah. Weakness to hot climates, yeah. Weird. I don't know how these genetic effects work. That's interesting. But something also that I need to be kind of on top of is we are negative 100 on immigration. Nobody wants to move here because our town has been breeding to make more people rather than, like, adopting immigrants. And because we're breeding, I'm saying words that I will probably regret, but we are breeding so hard that the game cannot calculate how we can take more immigrants properly. Because we are getting more people through our citizens making babies than we are through the way that the game originally intended you to get citizens through waves of immigration. So it's not that, like, the town is racist, it's more the game doesn't know what to do. We make babies too fast. We honestly should make a new forestry area, though. A big concern is wood. If we don't get enough wood, we will die, and both of our forester camps are currently in times where our trees are growing, but they're not growing great. It may be better for us to... Perfect circle of mushrooms. Weird. The game has, like, these weird little things in it that you find sometimes, and you're just like, what does that mean? And it's just like, oh, it's just a perfect circle of mushrooms out in the middle of the woods, and I'm just like, what do you mean there's this just mysterious glade sitting out here in the middle of my medieval, like, hard-coded fantasy town? Possesses a strong aura? What do you mean? Possesses a growing aura? What do you mean? Don't worry about the fairy circle. I'm worried about the swarm of chickens that are roaming my prairies. What's wrong with my chicken population? Hun. I'm a chick magnet. Waka waka.
Uh-huh.
I love you.
Love you.
Don't know what it means, but if it has a strong growing aura, I guess I could put a forester's hut around it and kind of like try to take some control over the massive tree. The chickens are discovering immortality. Yeah, and let that stand. Last time the chickens became sentient, we had a Birdemic, Shock and Terror. The 20 whatever classic. The main issue is this area is dirt. And by dirt, it's like pollutants. Game really doesn't know how to calculate that all that well, but basically anything on this super polluted land doesn't really grow all that well? It's weird to say. We're gonna try to clean up the pollutants, or what it's interpreting as pollutants, to try to resolve this weird ick that has come over the land down here. That's what the cleaning stations kind of assist with, is basically you task someone to permanently clean up an area to try to reduce the amount of toxins and whatnot in there. Not exactly something common by medieval standards, but us having a couple of these stations down is going to help us. We can also make these homes have even more people in them and store pets. What's our resources look like? Oh, we have the grass for pets. Our kingdom's full of grass. Already, do you know where all the grass is in our kingdom?
Harvested.
Oh. You said that with a strained relief. Sounds like it comes from experience.
Uh-huh. Wonder why.
Uh-huh. Can I use grass for anything cool? Branches, pottery, planks, clothes, rags. Tavern takes pottery. Looking to see if anything else can kind of take all this excess branches that I have. We can get into the iron tool market. That's going to help us a lot here too. A couple areas we can use for barn-based activities. We also have 46 children in the pipeline right now. Simoan, how are you guys doing? This is our smaller town. It's a little bit more dingy. A little bit more icky. But we're doing the best with it. It's a mining town. It's not exactly supposed to be the healthiest place on Earth. But this is our kingdom's only source of iron, so we kind of need it. Incredibly importantly. Because, without it, we're kind of SOL. It is, the late game tech. We kinda need to have it on point. Could probably see about producing our own coal here. Requires leaves, grass, sticks, logs. Might be worth it. Could have to make an interesting area here. Setting up everything for stream? Heck yeah, go for it, Sensen. I'm happy the desk situation seems to be coming to a conclusion, and I hope it stays concluded for everyone's sake. You don't deserve the stress that thing gave you. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna plant some more trees out here and make a forester. The thing is, the trees will also help kind of keep heat in these areas that are like... The problem is this area gets real cold real fast and stays cold for a good ass while. And that's not good. That is no bueno. And keeping it warm is kind of like this ever-present battle where you're fighting against the environment, pretty much. And it sucks. But if you can keep up with it, then you can really thrive. Alright, I need to give my villagers soap and the Bible. At that point, they will advance to the next tier of villager. Wah. Sorry about that. Garvey was being a little rascal.
Per usual.
Yeah, he's doing the thing where he's just like circling around me. Like a cart. But I also know your feeder's about to go off. When that feeder goes off, you're running off of my lap at a breakneck speed. Anyway, we've been running this game at like 0.1% of its power. Let's just crank it up to 1x. This is the simulation speed the game kind of cruises at. And that's nice and all, you know. People are running around a bit better. But there's still more to this slider up here. 5x, 10x, 30x. It can kind of get nuts. And I can hear my computer like revving up the moment I put it into 30x. Yeah. I hear the fans chugging all of a sudden, and I'm just like, sorry, girl. I know you're streaming right now. Oh, a fox is stolen from a fishing place. Well, can't do anything about that. I will never set my hunters to hunt fox. Sorry. That's just the rules. Can't change them. Foxes have a right to steal, actually. Correct. See? I can freely take fries from Artie's plate. I have the right to do that. The internet said so. Though I would never. I will just give the puppy dog eyes.
Yeah. Half the time you don't even have to.
You give, like, that's the thing, is like... I will think about it. I won't even say a word. It'll just be in my brain for like a quarter of a second, and you've already got like the plate in front of me, and I'm just like, no, I was being good. I didn't ask.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to cause this problem.
There may be a reason why I'm a Lucario.
It's because you know how to sense my bullshit.
I may be able to read others very well.
Uh-huh. Damn. Chat, I'm easy to read. I'm gonna move this sweeping station here. Over to there, so I can move these roads over. They're kind of unnecessary over here on the side. That's fine. The people can just, like, pick up the road and move it over to the other side, right? Pick it up and move it over there. Hold up. I gotta put one thing on screen real quick. You don't get a mini map, you get a cat cam. Wow, Martin. On a 350 stream streak. I am so close to saying I've watched a year's worth of Abby streams. That's nuts. Like, legitimately, to me, that's actually, like, really nuts. Thank you. Oh. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna start processing meat to preserved meat. Should I make a... Do you think people would want to wake up and smell, like, jerky every morning? Do you think that's something desirable?
I'm sure some people wouldn't mind that.
Alright, well, I guess we're making, instead of Turkey Hill, it's Jerky Hill. You gifted a sub for Kitty Cam. Thank you, Carol? It's a very good cat. Now I could be evil here and say it takes after Carol, but... That's a targeted attack on one of my friends. That's dangerous. Son of the young King Oscar. Prince Oscar would like to thank you. The rain... So, if we build a cathedral, basically in honor of the new king, the game will give us some neat stuff. Alright, cool. Have 500 people on one map. That's crazy. Have 50 homeless people? Why is that an achievement? Huh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start washing my people. Say that like I'm going to go to, like, something afterward. Yeah, I'm gonna start washing my people. You need anything while I'm washing my people?
I think I'm good.
I mean, they're the unwashed masses. Now we can just call them the masses. Hey, Garvey, you were the one responsible for falling backwards there, bud. Alright. Garv started licking himself and then fell backwards because he doesn't know what balance is. and then just hopped off of me. I'm like, bro, you did that to yourself. Just don't know what to say. Where can I throw a church? You can put it at the top of the hill up here. That looks fancy, I guess. Got a lot of people come down here, so we should probably get this stone roaded. Come up this way, that's stone roaded. People come down this way, that's stone roaded. Oh, you go up this way and then just kind of freeboot it across the field. Oh, no, you don't. Ew, weird, why? It's such a weird way to go. I guess I could fix that, or at least give you a route. There. The nice thing is, once the game's kind of reached a homeostasis, it's not really going to advance or fall behind unless you kind of give it the order to. So I could probably jack this up to like 90% speed, and yeah, it's going to make my computer really unhappy, but it should stay relatively in the stasis that it's currently in. The city shouldn't really hit like a breakpoint positively or negatively, and the population should kind of keep itself relatively controlled. When it comes to the amount of children we have. I could probably pull us down to probably a 40% birth rate, and we should kind of curtail the amount of children we make. Yeah, because we're going to start losing people due to age and retirement and all. Force Depop when? You could do something like that if you really needed to, but doing something like that puts a lot of pressure on a society, and it will cause your people to break mentally, because the game's very good at tracking like people's emotional states. The game's very heavily balanced around like the tier that, you know, that needs triangle that you keep seeing memes of. Well, it's actually like a thing, like you need like level 1 needs, like I need food and water, I need to not get killed, I need to not die, I need to have a place I can live, you know, like, and then you have the room for the pleasures. And if you suddenly take away like the higher pleasures from a society that's been building up to those, you kind of knock the legs out from under people, and it sends them into shock, essentially getting sent back from even the medieval age, back to even simpler times of using stone and pelt gotten off of bear to survive. But yeah, we have people dying. People just do randomly die when you get to civilizations this big, but that's just the way the game is at this point. When you have this many people just kind of randomly die, and that's just the game at that point, you know? Alright, that's a kitchen, so we don't actually need this campfire doing work anymore, because we have a proper kitchen to keep this area supplied with higher tier foods. That's the whole point of the kitchen building, is to make higher tier foods for people. Because the more food variety people have, the happier that they are. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, apparently I'm working at the Hearty Kitchen. But in also preparing the food, it also sets it to a different type of class of food. Rather than eating like raw vegetables you picked off a tree, you're eating an apple tart with, you know, notes of decadent, vibrant, you know, foodstuffs. And yeah, giving people that ability makes them quite happy. Yeah, our food stuff is at 2 days of prepared and ready meals, which is great for a society like this. Having extra food time, very good. I guess something that I should be considering more is making this so much more heavily. This area does not go through a winter season. It goes from fall straight to spring. Because it's a coastal town, they don't really get a winter. I should really make this just a heavy farming village and use that to kind of populate the rest of my towns with an excess of food rather than just enough to get by for the next week. Yeah, because my villages kind of live at a homeostasis of about a day of food in front of them. The coast is an exception to that. We can kind of make... The children yearn for the fields. Oh, like the mines. Anyway, we're gonna leave the game running at like 5 speed and then load up CSP and draw kobolds so I can learn to get good at kobolds. But also the cat's back because they want out of the room. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. There's a nice little rain going on outside right now. I like it. 6 people are ill. Unfortunately, we can't make a doctor's office. That's just where we are in this state of medieval technology. Alright, we've got bees working our fields, which is good. We need bees. Honestly, I'm wondering if that's why these areas are failing, is they need more bee attention. Bees will help pollinate. Pollination helps everything else make magic. But iron forge out in one town. We have a proper dairy. Can't do much with the sawmill until we get iron tools in here. Do I have any iron tools at Zimmerman? No. I'll get there. It's gonna take them a bit of time to build up to that point. Yeah, the other thing is we have so many jobs that aren't filled by people right now, and it's a bit of a problem. We need more people and more jobs. Which means people need to start just bumping uglies and making babies. But the town's trending upward. It could just be trending better. As for this area, let's quickly just make a couple farming communities out here and connect them with roads. Yeah, we're about to make this our city point 2. Because this area is just like a fantastic farming zone. There's forestry options right here, so we can get massive wood surplus. It'll take a second to make sure I said that better. I had a real life QuickTime event happen. Yeah. Okay. Farm over here. Bees here. Garden beds up this way. Put fields over here. That will kind of fill out that area a bit. Can populate over here with some cabins. And that should be a good population for the area. Throw a well in somewhere over here by the coast. Fishery to get us an initial investment of food so we don't immediately die out of not enough food. Hunters to keep the pest population down. Potters. Couple barns up here for our regular animals. This area's about to hit a bit of a growth spurt. So we can kind of leave them alone and they should be fine. Kingdom's doing good. Mining town's gonna take a little bit of time to kind of accommodate for its population changes. That should be good. Cool. And table lenses getting along. Yeah, this is the route we planted all those palm trees against. So, if we take a look at our temperature map now that we've kind of let the simulation run a bit. Haha. I'm saying those words again, aren't I? This area should be considerably cooler compared to the rest of the scorched earth. Look at our temperature map. Look at that. It's lovely, it's cool, it's temperate. It will maintain my people pretty well. I have gotten rid of my map. Okay, there it is. Yeah, okay. So these guys should be good. I can start investing down there once I have people who don't have jobs. Or I can start putting homes down there, which honestly is probably the longer term play. Just start moving my real estate down there. At least for the mining village. Get a well by this water source, since it is a nice active water source. Got bees. Don't worry, they're good bees. Nutrients. The soil has too many nutrients? Huh. Wonder how you resolve something like that. Okay. I want to watch the coast actually build out, so I'm going to just sit here and we'll open CSP and get started on some kobolds. So, Artie,
E.
I want you to describe a kobold. I will do my best to try to illustrate that description.
I don't fucking know. You got a kobold right beside you. There you go.
This
Not
was
a kobold builder, Hun.
I meant like... This was supposed to be like an exercise for me to like get creative with whatever words you use to describe a kobold. It's okay. Just gonna draw Azure. So yeah, we've kind of given server the bug. They've learned to yip and they won't stop. Pending materials. Materials. The kingdom can offer to the coast 200 sticks. Can also offer 20 pots. 10 bronze parts. And to the coast of 300 grass. You guys out here need some grass. Alright, you guys need to get stoned too, but I don't have any stones. Oh, Senna. Well, thank you for part of our communities and part of our lives. We're wonderful. Know that? Artie's horns are big. Shaving your horns, son, I'm sorry. No! He left!
That wasn't me, that was Steam.
I know, but I wanted to play it up for dramatic effect. I left the collab! How dare you?
Yep.
How dare me?
How dare you?
How dare me? How dare I? How dare I indeed? Can't wait. We can't believe Artie left you after you wanted to shave his horns. Oh! Ow. Hornless behavior. It's because my kobold does not have horns. Therefore, she is hornless. I've always, like, okay, so my kobold's got, like, the head spikes, but I wouldn't really consider them horns. They're more just, like... What are they? Are they horns? Just not horns? Why are you making iron parts? Hold up.
I have a logistical issue I need to attend to. Excuse me?
Tools only. That's your primary focus. But I'm talking like the little, like, not that little tuft, but these little tufts on the side of the face. Actually, wait a minute. You don't see the screen yet. Let me change it over. Like, what do you consider these little, like, side horn thing?
Cheek horns.
Cheek horns?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know, like, I still feel relatively new and unknown to the majority of, like, the nuances of the kobold community. Teach me your kobold ways.
Oh, you'll learn.
What do you mean by that?
You're kind of with one, I think, over time.
Ah. I mean, it's kind of part of the lore of Koro as well, is like, she was just like, she hatched in Magnamar, was raised by gnome thieves, got betrayed by gnome thieves, and then became the mayor of Magnamar after going on some adventures. Something, something, the Shattered Star campaign of Pathfinder 1E. Alright, I am rehosting the session on my side.
That wasn't long.
I've seen Steam take longer. Kingdom could use people. You're 12 years old. I don't want to, I don't, Alright, you're 25. You guys have literally nothing you're doing. Go to the coast, contribute there. Okay, cool. House just built itself after getting the last of the stone it needed. It was kind of metal. Okay, that's good. Sheep can milk. Yeah, thankfully in this game, you can milk sheep as well as cows. So, some games are weird about that. Some games you're not allowed to milk your sheep, but it's important because it's an alternative food source. Eat as many of those as possible for a successful society. Whenever Steam decides to let you back in on your end, you should be good to rejoin. As long as it hasn't kicked my ass out again for some reason. It likes doing that. I'm not sure why. I don't like this head. There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. I'm gonna redraw it. This is why I'm doing Kobold practice, is so I know what I'm doing wrong that's not sitting well with me as an artist. So 45-degree angle, pretty flat tilt. Snout drawing, if I remember correctly. Snout shouldn't start, like that's the halfway spot on the face, so the snout should technically start like here, and the top of the eye should be here. Snout will extend from that point, so in theory, remember my Kobold tutorials. That doesn't feel right. I might look up a new Kobold tutorial and see if that works better. I know Zito made some forever ago, but the problem is I still feel like I'm lacking a lot of the fundamentals on, like, how a kobold is drawn. And for, like, Zito is a very talented artist, and, like, a lot of wonderful artists that do those tutorials are. The problem is they're able to mentally picture out the way the head is shaped and scoped in ways that my brain isn't at yet. And I want to be able to get there. But I feel like I have to do a lot of this, like, breaking down of shapes and whatnot to get to the point that I can easily sketch something out that looks good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know that was a bit long-winded. The other thing is, like, there are other things when it comes to, like, drawing that I still need to, like, natively just have down, like, the whole rule of, like, head size compared to, like, the size of a body. So, like, a good cartoon character, if I remember correctly, has, like, a head size of about 4.5 heads to the size of their body. And that's scaling. That's like, you know, scaling a figure to be where you want it to be. And if you're going for more of like a, you know, goofier, crazier style, you can do all sorts of weird proportions, like 2.5 heads to a body. It's 1, 2, yeah. So you've got just a massive head, and then you've got like what is the proper scaling for a proper kobold? I'm not talking like the super anthropomorphized, very sexy kobolds, or like the scrungly little trouble demons that like this is. Like, what are proper good kobold dimensions? It was good out here, 208 people. About 30 people out here. Yeah, we just have to uncap the birth rate, get people breeding like mad. Alright, start making babies. This has been a painful winter. Just start making children. You guys are already on automatically make babies mode. Thank goodness. Okay, back to kobolds. So, let's take a look at a good picture of a kobold, shall we? Where is... I have many pictures of kobolds. Kobold picture. On demand. John Kobold sitting somewhere? There you are, John Kobold. This is an illustration by Cherry Snakecat. But this is a very good kobold, you would say.
Yes.
I'm curious to see what the head size is compared to the body. And we have 4.5 heads. The body takes up 2 heads. The legs take up 1.5 at a curved angle. Okay. So, more with this. Less this. This is a scrungly little chaos demon. Kobold that looks like this looks like they're about to cause, like, a war to break out. Yeah, that's about a chaos gremlin, all right. But I'm looking for like a better kobold. Hey, look, a kobold. My god, Chad, he's so cute. Chad, did you know there's a cute kobold right next to me at all times? So dangerous.
Did I ask you?
Thank you. Okay. In theory, a kobold should be about that big. So we have these balanced basketball. Okay. So let's break this down. Because the thing that's getting me is how do you draw the origin of Snoot? Could just do something like that and give it a big ol' just snoot where I feel like the line should be coming from. Does that feel appropriate?
Yeah.
That feels better than the head I was doing before. Alright, so cross optional line would be this way. How's Kingdom doing? Kingdom's at 106 people. It's got a lot of people. Definitely needs more people, but we're running low on food, so we have to do food supply. We need like a lot of food. this is not enough food. I'm honestly probably just going to continue to fertilize the coast out. So yeah, this place needs people. Also, this is an opportunity to get rid of a lot of these straw huts that are absolutely awful for people to sleep in. Have people sleep in actual homes, you know? We'll enjoy that better. Keeps our population off too. Yeah. People like beds. Alright, so doing this, our cheek tufts would come out of the points here. And that means, ear-wise, something coming out of this. Horns are about here on the forehead and here on the forehead. Let's angle the first circle so it's a bit more the oblong that it would be, because it's not just slapping a circle on a circular surface, it's on an angle that is the top of the head, like that, I guess. That horn is not very sharp. Let's fix it a bit. And let's make these horn spots a bit bigger so they feel more respectable. They're not just like little sticks coming out of your head. They are commanding horns that you use to headbutt your enemies. Okay. That feels better, but that doesn't feel like your snoot, you know? Your snoot kind of breaks down like here. So let's give you your proper nose. And let's adjust that big ol' smile to fit your new face. Okay. Bring the chin forward to adjust the jawline angle. See, now I've got to figure out how to make your jawline look good. Because right now you kind of got like that handsome jawline, but that's not Kobold. Kobolds don't have like well-defined chins that thrusted like into glory. They've got boopable snoots, you know? Measure snoot with a bit more respectableness. It's not a massive schnoz, but it's also not like a short beeper. I'm like looking between like your VTuber and your refs for like Azure right now.
I mean, that's fair.
Trying to pull up another. The great thing is I have everyone's refs, but I also like should have probably asked for like just send me a bunch of pictures of your sonas and stuff too. Because that also helps. Because a ref's not going to capture every moment of a Sona and like all of the angles. You're doing a nice accommodation for things, but you're not going to get everything. Unless you drop a 3D model in front of some like artist, like a ref's not going to do everything for you. Your horns, like specifically. I need bigger horns. I know you have bigger horns than this. But I'm also getting, like, blinded by focusing in on such odd little details. I'm missing bigger details like that. What is the expression? Getting lost in the weeds? I definitely feel that. Oh, hi, Blaze. I should make it dairy. Let's give these people some cheese. Cheese! Cheese. I'm home from work and I'm downloading the latest patch. Though since I am doing the level 96 Dawn Trail Quest, it'll be a bit before I can do the Occult Crescent. Ah, well, enjoy. I've heard the latest patch is quite good and has a lot of fun content for the people who do that kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoy. And I've dropped. still feel like Azure's like not right. Don't know why. Is it like where the jawline meets? If I pull it like this and make the jaw lower, doesn't sit right with me either. Is it because like the line of the head's too flat and it needs like a less down here? No, now you look like a vampire. Those fangs are too sharp. Okay. Let's get back to the body. So, we've got our basic frame here. Let's give this man a skeleton. That's your rib cage. Or at least the outline of it. To give it definition and shape. You have hips. That... So your butt would start there. Wait, no. 1 head for orb, 2 for body, 1.5 for legs. That was the metric we used. So you need actually a bigger body. So we're following this rule here. Or the general idea of the rule. General kobold stance. Okay. Generally, if your kobolds are stanced, it's not good for you. Kobolds are stanced up. Get ready for a fight. Another issue I see with this pathway the way that it is. There is only one way from our primary civilization down to this sub-civilization that we have kind of down here. And a lot of people walk that route, so we should probably dig it out for them. We could do that. And we're almost done getting this civilization to join ours. If we're able to get this coastal town to join ours with this harbor, I think we're pretty much just set at that point. This harbor access just kind of breaks the game for us in a whole lot of good ways. Okay. So we have our man. What is the length of an arm? Length of an arm here is about that. Those are about the size of a head, size about 7/8 of a head. Your elbow naturally gets to about the bottom of your rib cage. Suggest the rib cage stops there, and this is all like the middle area of the kobold. The part of the tummy that you can softly press your face against and enjoy. So with this scaling here, we get out of our kobold. Actually, a large enough hood, like a hood big enough to fit Azure's skull, would probably droop down a bit from the weight, you know? Part of me is still really trying to figure out how the heck to kobold. Like, it doesn't feel... Like, it feels okay, but it doesn't feel, like, great. I'm trying to figure out what's the sauce I'm missing at this point, you know? I feel like I'm missing some critical component I'm not, like, aware of. So much wheat. What do we do with all this wheat? Okay. Used stonework to essentially limit animals from just randomly walking over and eating the crops up here for our primary grow fields. Should be pretty safe there. By essentially force cutting off the animals from doing that, it's going to make my life a lot easier because I don't have to worry about all that. Did I ever switch my category over to art? I don't think I did.
Nope.
Frick. There you go. Swapped it over. There's an it in the Discord. What's up? Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Guess I never put a wall here. Okay, we can accommodate for a lot more people. There's a proper path going around up here. Once this civilization up here merges with ours, we'll have access to the fun things the harbor can do for us, whatever that means. I don't know, but whatever. What's our kingdom doing? 197. Yeah, we've kind of reached a weird stasis here where this isn't going to grow anymore. Zimmerman. Honestly, it feels like Zimmerman needs more foodstuffs proper. So we're just gonna focus these areas in the proper food stores and growing areas. This area just needs more food and less work hours, but that's not gonna happen. Not anytime soon. You guys kind of overwork yourselves to death, so we'll pull back here, because you guys are self-sufficient by a good degree. Coast honestly needs it the most. You guys are on a surplus right now, you can afford to chill. Tablelands as well. Here, take 2 more hours of chill time, unless you live out here in Zimmerman. We can't afford that out here. Okay, 4 legs, hun. On a scale of 1 to 10, Azure, I would say on the thickness scale, I would say is a respectable 6.
Thanks, I think.
No problem, I think. Like, he doesn't have like a massive junk in the trunk or anything like that. He's not like thighs that'll, you know, collapse around your skull. But like, I think that's good for a kobold. Because there are definitely other kobolds out there that are much more built with that in mind. I know of one brown kobold that wears nothing but pretty much a loincloth that is very popular. That is nothing but thighs. And she is a dangerous creature. You are not that level of thick. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, that is a dangerous amount of kobold right there, and that is not you. That is not your kobold. It's not that dangerous level of kobold. Because there are people who make kobolds because they like cool scaly lizards, and there are people who like kobolds because they like short stacks and cute scaly lizards. And your design doesn't sing to the short stack enthusiasts.
No, he's a bit taller.
Yeah. And that's fine. Like, I literally designed Abby to be a short stack because I very much enjoy short stacks. I might have been influenced by Midlet, even though I have not done a playthrough of Twilight Princess. Don't worry about how I came to that. You know, design conclusion. Azure has no pants on. That's... I figure out how to do the intersection of the legs. Get rid of all of my guidance stuff quick. Kind of just have this turkey here. your paws. This is gonna be one of those things where I've been like so focused on like these individual parts of Kobold that I'm like, I feel like once again I am losing the forest for the trees. But I'm curious to see how it comes out. At this point, we've invested too much. Now we need to see what the result is. Honestly. Yeah, I'm moving your hips up. I don't like these hips. Also getting rid of the death sound in the game, because this is like this population, like it just doesn't stop. Yes, I know. Person died prematurely. Unfortunately, it's medieval society. They all kind of do that. It's a luxury to live into old age in this society, unfortunately. Oh my god, we're finally job positive. I need a cesspit. Where can I put this where it's not going to affect me downriver? This is fine. You guys replant your trees. You didn't replant your trees. I'm so upset. Alright, good. Properly doing cesspit stuff. People are happy. Cool. Disposing of filth. Everything should be hunky-dory here. This kingdom's kind of in a low point. Why is that? It's dirty. Need probably more foodstuffs overall. Thing is, it feels like citizens are moving a long distance to get to their jobs. Many people come up here to the fields, pick them dry, and then run home. Wonder if that's primarily one of our big issues, is there just needs to be more spots people make and grow food at. This whole valley was supposed to be a lot more food dense, and it never really turned out that way. That's fine. There are ways for us to fix that problem. Looks like our wood is working again out here, so that's good. Zimmerman is at a weird stasis point. It needs a lot more food, but getting that food is difficult. And people don't really want to make more babies. Understandable, you know, keep on rocking in the free world, but guys, we kind of need babies. Trees out here grow slowly. Once again, too many nutrients. Okay. Why don't you all reproduce more? It's nothing like screaming at your citizens to reproduce harder. Can't eat grass. Stop trying to. The coast has reached level 4. Alright, good. I think we need to start exploiting our milk more. We have so many milk coffers backed up, but we don't do anything with our milk. Yeah, no, we're full of milk. That's why our town here is full of milk. Yeah, no, we've not been removing our and I'm too full of milk. I don't get rid of my goddamn milk. Okay. Providing more milk out here. Abby, they have posted pictures of your race day. Alright, well, share them. Also, we cannot see the screen. That's fine. I'm like swapping between art and drawing a kobold. The art is of kobold. still feel it. Should the head be bigger? I feel like the head should be bigger. Yeah, that feels like the appropriate size head for a kobold. You like the size of your head?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shape to kind of help define our hands. Come here. I think that's what I was missing, was I underscaled the head a bit too much. But because, like, I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out. I will learn you. Rebs or kobold. I will learn you. I will be the best kobold crafter ever. I've given them alcohol. Okay, cool. I've given them alcohol. Sometimes you just gotta give your homies a little bit of whiskey. A little bit of bourbon. What do you mean big cabin pathing issue? There it goes. Okay, now you're happy. It's like, what do you mean pathing issue? Excuse? What do you mean pathing issue? Both of you. Okay. This robe's too big for this gosh darn kobold. But that's fine. If the spellcaster's not using oversized robes, are they really a spellcaster? Okay. Alright, after doing the head size adjustments, I'm actually really liking how Azure's coming out now. Well, it's not Azure unless they have their big old tail. That's it. I don't see any problems with this whatsoever. Oh. Actually, we should probably put the wings on first, because the problem is the wings are going to overlap a lot of my tails. What do I do? What do I do? Alright. Let's take a diagram. Azure's butt, tail, start. This is where the tail. Under the belt line. Now, I keep overdoing your tail, and I feel like I'm pulling you into squirrel territory.
Why are you squirreling me?
I don't want to squirrel you. I mean, like, squirrels are fine creatures. You're not a squirrel.
I mean, fair.
That seems appropriate. I'm gonna fix the bottom part of it, though. Still feels a little swirly. Azure's tail reminds me a little bit of, you know those Little Debbie Swiss cakes?
E.
A little bit of those, if you've ever, like, bitten off the side of it and, like, seen the inside.
Swiss rolls, yeah.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I would always peel, like, the chocolate layer off and then unroll the cake and lick the cream. I know, I'm a monster. Okay, so we can merge these layers down a hair. At least makes my life a little bit easier, because less layers I'm managing right now. And that means I can put on your wings without disrupting you. Wings? Kind of exist, yeah. Your shoulder blades. That kind of cuts off a lot of the work I did on your swirly tail, but I streamed it, so there's proof I at least put in the effort. Ain't nothing like drawing a line 30 times just to erase it because something else sits on top of it. Ah, I love being an artist. I feel like the eyes, because we've done some weird head scaling though, aren't... I want bigger cartoony eyes. Yeah! Yeah! That's my... That's a better kobold. I think it was our eyes that were our big problem. But this is what I was talking about earlier. It's like these nuances of knowing just how to do that instantly without, like, even a conscious effort, rather than, like, I've been working on this piece for 2 hours and I just realized this, you know? That is information that does not come natively and is something that I just need to keep hammering into me with every art thing I do until it becomes native. You know, I was gonna put a staff in Asher's hand, but I could also see him just giving the cute, like, thumbs up, like, good job. Would Azure give me a thumbs up?
Yes.
Yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Because we've scaled his head up, I'm gonna make his neck a little thicker. Which helps me get his chest more defined. Oh, yeah. That helps me fix his shoulders a bit. Oh, man. Once you start getting the pieces together in art, like, it definitely makes life a lot easier. Like, oh, hey, by doing this, you've also fixed, like, these 7 other issues. I'm just like, okay, cool. Azure got them toes. As do most creatures. I swear I don't have anything for, like, feet, but it's just, like... I hate drawing feet, but also I want to get good with feet, so I don't have to hate drawing feet. So I'm like, how do I focus on feet without... feet? What have I screwed up with the feet? Toes not look... But I don't want to zoom into your toes and analyze, like, what's going on with them. But I have to if I want to do this right. Ah! Artist conundrum. Zoom. Zoom, click wheel, zoom. There's a lot of things that I have to, like, be very careful about how I draw in the art world, or else people get dangerous. Like, I understood that coming into this. Realign the ropes a little bit. Come down at a weird angle. Measures big staff. That I can be normal about. I will say, when I draw out your staff, it reminds me of, like, the Sega Saturn logo. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Because the Saturn logo is kind of like it's an orb with an S drawn around it in a certain way that, like, Kind of reminds me of how the wood wraps around your staff. That orb is actually about as big as your head. I'd say probably about that big. It's top of orb there, bottom of orb there. Okay, so by building the harbor, what that's done is it's basically put my trade into turbo. Because it means I just have international trading partners to cause problems with. Okay, cool. And the entirety of the belt buckle I spent so long drawing is covered up by the staff's positioning. It's fine. It's again, it's one of those things I drew for me. Actually, if you're holding the staff in your right hand, your sleeve would actually be resting on the staff. Alright, so that's where your hand is, so... Ran the cloth simulation in my head. The best 3D physics engine known to man. But that's a pretty good kobold.
I like it.
Yeah, I like him too. I think one day I'm gonna marry him. Still need so many goddamn jobs. Oh my god. What's wrong? Alright, go back to Life of Land. Life on Land. Whatever. Medieval farming adventure. CSP, you go up there. Okay. A lot of people start in the town and leave to go populate jobs at the other side of town and vice versa. What is our count of furniture out here? We have furniture. Playing a dangerous game, but should be fine. I've made a sawmill at some point. It's just never been made, I guess. Where the hell's my sawmill? Some crazy, and I never actually made it. Okay, you guys, everybody has barks. Yeah. So, okay, so nobody actually needs, yeah, all of this crap. Just get all this stuff off the map. Brr. That'll work. For the time being, it'll work. Okay. I think our policy of super educating children will eventually play out well for us. There's quite a few homes that are not used at all. I want to build another food area. It's all about just making tons of food areas. The coast is kind of our mega provider. Howdy, Kevy. How you holding up? Yeah, the main issue is we just have too many children. We need more adults. Okay. What are unnecessary positions at the moment for people to take? Hmm. We've... Okay. I'm pulling our jobs down quite a bit. Now people are starting to move in and actually, like, occupy the things that we need them to occupy. Good. There's a lot of construction work that needs to get done that isn't getting done. Never mind. Why are the trees not moving out of their growth phase? Strange. We're just gonna let the simulation run for a bit. Pizza sounds good. Where do you get pizza? Pizza. Pizza. Now, proportions on this kobold are weird because the forward-facing foot should be closer, so why are you not? You can fix that. It takes like 3 seconds. Then I just have to adjust the robe. Because his butt's being weird. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. I like him. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna save this here. One, 2, 4, 4. Oh no, wait, this isn't Daily Art 1244. Hold up. That's tomorrow. Today was 1243. 1243-2 is what your name is. You know what? If anything, I'm gonna post to the internet. I'm gonna post this one. By John the Kobold. Alright. Cool. You made DiGiorno's? Wow, you didn't get delivery. You got DiGiorno's. Congratulations. It's not delivery, in fact it was DiGiorno. My boy. It's never been delivery. It never was. It was always DiGiorno's. I'm sorry to lie to you like this.
How dare.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Then you dramatically throw me in a pit or something. That's how the Mortal Kombat canon starts. I think. I don't know. What is wrong with you cows? Oh, you live here. That's unfortunate. Get out of my land! cats, cows. Apparently a bunch of foxes live in this hole. Where are they at? Oh, they're in my fields. Bad foxes. Okay, the foxes are vacating. Cool. I'll go and find somewhere else to live. Aw, the fox and the cow cuddled. There's nothing more to that at all. You know what, I'm gonna do that there. This here. Pull a bridge over here. We can get up to this area. Cool. Both areas need, like, massive jumps in population. Okay. These places should be farming pretty good. And Heidi too, yeah. Just do your thing. And now we have stranded some cows in the middle of the road. Okay, you know what? Don't worry about it. They'll figure it out. They're very educated bovines. They will die there. My God. He's really just picking the bushes outside town clean? You have fields of abundance right here! At least be civilized. Oh, you can make your own custom mountain passes? I see. Okay. And that get added to the game. That's pretty neat. It's like, I want to make my own way up. You just do that. Okay. Really aren't a lot of places to do it on this map, but you could. Yeah. Like that. I'm just gonna let this thing cook at 30 billion% for a couple minutes. And stretch my fingers a little bit. But I think this was a good stream. I don't got any more I want to do right now. My brain's empty. How are you doing, hun? Hun?
I'm just vibing.
Ah, okay. I thought that was a bit because I just said my brain was empty and I was just like, is he just gonna not say anything and just like,
Yes, just leave you in wonder.
well, more so like, mutually our heads are empty. The couple the couple.
The couple.
The couple. That's it. That's all my brain was able to muster. The couple. That's all you get. That's it. All right. I'm just gonna let the game run because at this point it's just waiting for people to mass breed. And that's fine. Did this cow die? I think it's dead. Alright. Save game. After stream 1. Alright, well that's gonna be it for us tonight. Who is live right now that we can give some love to? Side Effect's still alive. We barely get to raid Side. Side raids us all the freaking time. We're gonna go give some love to Side Effect. Thank you guys for coming out and watching. It is always awesome streaming for you all. I think we will be live for Starfinder tomorrow, which will be fun. But we're gonna go give a raid over to Side Effect. It looks like they're wrapping up the tail end of Yakuza Like a Pirate in Hawaii, so should be a fun time. Thank you guys for coming out and watching. It's always awesome streaming for you all, and we'll see you guys next time.
On this thing.
And we do. Bye, friends.
Take care.